Welcome back to the second half of our final RoboZone of the season. What time is it? It's title time. 2 alliances, 6 teams, the state championship hanging in the balance. For finals match 1, let's bring in Dan Gutowski, Dan Kimura, and Dave Verbregi.
Here's how the championship match is set up with the Dow winner against the Ford winner. And wow, are we going to see some points?
Yep, and leading up to the last match, the Dow winner had never missed a 4th rotor, had never missed a climb. They still haven't missed a climb, but of course they did not get their 4th rotor in that last match thanks to the creative defense.
And the one thing I'd like to point out, the max scores. This is not to be given to the Dow winners. The max score, 507 over there from our Ford winner. So
right.
This is anybody's.
And if anything, the knock on this Ford winner alliance coming into here was a huge variance in their scores. We saw some bad matches from them and some good matches from them back on Ford Division field. But since they've come out here, their scores have been consistently high. You know, 470 to 465.
Right.
So they're definitely within striking range.
All right, the long introductions are over. The customary handshake has been executed. And now we're ready for showtime here.
And so what we're going to look at is on the Blue Alliance from Dow, we're going to look for 1 rotor and pressure being scored in the high goal. From the other alliance, from the Red Alliance here from Ford, we're going to actually look for, they've been doing a double rotor auto where everybody scores a gear.
The autonomous period begins. The Red Alliance putting that gear up. And we watch the Killer Bees pummeling that boiler. But Red Alliance, boy, did they get a lot of points. 121. Blue Alliance way behind as of right now.
They did not get an autonomous rotor at all on the Blue Alliance. So they'll catch up a little bit here as they start to score their gears. But Red did not get the double, only the single autonomous rotor.
Right, Red missed it by like a second or two. They were close. The gear was there. They didn't get it wound up in time.
And they dislodged all the balls from the hopper. So anything goes here in this first championship match. Oh, big scores going in there for the Red Alliance.
Right.
And with the Strike Force.
Switching back to shooting here in between delivering their gears.
So if they had an issue with their shooter, they clearly fixed it because they just pounded a lot of them into that boiler.
Yeah, that's going to put them up about 80 points. Sorry, 70 points.
And they're playing from ahead. They're up a rotor, and they have time to go and take these extra fuel shots, so they're up 23-9 in fuel as well.
Blue Alliance trying to come from behind. We can see that they've got 3 rotors going, as does the Red Alliance. And back to the boilers for the Red Alliance. Again, it's the Strike Force robot. Now the lead is just 20 points for the Red Alliance inside a minute left.
Strike Force having a little trouble unloading that gear. The peg didn't get lowered down, and now they drop it.
And it's getting close. We're 2 gears short on the blue side for that 4th rotor. It looks like we are 3 gears short on the red side.
Again, the big push will come here in the last 30 seconds when the robots go to work climbing that rope, and the Killer Bees taking one last shot at the boiler before they head for the climb. The ropes come out.
Here comes the 4th rotor for the Blue Alliance.
Blue Alliance getting a big jump. Those robots going right up to the beacon. They light 2.
And 469 holding in.
That was the trap. Let's see if they can get back and hang themselves, though.
51-14.
Quick latch on both sides.
Red Alliance climbing, and they light all 3 beacons, but is it enough to topple the Blue Alliance? It seems like it won't be.
Now 4th rotor for Blue, those 100 bonus points, just too much to overcome, I think.
Yep, and fuel was exactly the same, 29 and 29. And still they get that 4th rotor. 3 hangs, 4th rotor. 29 fuel points.
Again, if you don't block the pegs on this alliance, it seems like they're going to put up 4 rotors match after match.
Wow.
A little bit of defense there by 33, but this is where we see 27-67 Strike Force getting free with a load of balls, and here's where they show us their shooter is fine. Completely fine. Just a stream of balls going, and that's dialed in, right? They're missing a couple. You're going to miss a couple when you shoot, but that was really high percentage.
And Sal, now we've got a timeout in progress. They get to cool their motors, change the battery, talk some strategy again. Dan, does this Red Bumper Alliance do they have to go to that game of trying to play defense? Because I think they have to, right? Don't they?
Yeah, but we've seen them score four rotors before. They were even in pressure scoring. You know, there is a world where they say, hey, look, let's go back, let's try again. We didn't execute as well as we can and try to bring the score up. But I think that there was a moment in that match where they knew they were behind on the fourth rotor, and they really should have switched to defense to try to lock down the Blue Robots for finishing their fourth rotor.
So this is Mary, the Killer Bees. You guys have one in the bag now, and so, you know, I would imagine some of the pressure is off now because you've got one in the bag, but talk about your role specifically and how important it is.
So my role basically is a lot of the scoring part of the whole tournament. So it's a lot of pressure to kind of know ahead of time which robots are coming to the airship and which ones are already there, and if there's what time it is, so I can know when to drop the ropes. So it's a lot of pressure, and you have to kind of think 12 steps ahead of everything, but it works out.
Yeah.